we go.
Okay, so here we have a smorgasbord of lichen species that you could collect for elemental analysis in the northwestern US and California. This is Litharia columbiana, and this sample size is 10 grams, which is about the amount you want to send to the laboratory. So that gives you an idea of how much you need to clean and prepare. This is Alectoria sarmentosa. It's a lichen of the higher locations, generally wetter sites, grows all the way up to southeast Alaska, down into California, throughout the west. Bryoria fremontii is one of the horsehair lichens that's very common in drier forests, and that's a good one too. These are 10-gram samples of both of these to give you an idea about how much you'll need. Here's one of the best lichens that you can collect for elemental analysis. It's Platysmacia glauca, or a tattered rag lichen, and this is a very good collector, very widespread and fairly tolerant to air pollution. So you can find this one at a lot more locations than most of the other species in the western parts of Oregon and Washington. Here we have Hypogymnia imshaugii. It's a tube lichen. This is about 10 grams dry weight, and this is a lichen of drier forests. Hypogymnia inactiva, a different tube lichen that's more common in a little bit wetter sites. Both of the tube lichens, and actually any tube lichen, is typically a very good accumulator of air pollutants, metals, sulfur, and nitrogen. So they're good choices, and they're generally tolerant. This is Evernia prunastri. It's a very small sample and not adequate for analysis, but it gives you an idea of what it looks like here. This is a lichen of the lower elevations in our area, Willamette Valley, Puget Trough, Columbia River Gorge. And here we have Litharia vulpina, which is another really terrific one to collect in the western US. It's in drier forest, very bright, very easily recognized, and a good accumulator of air pollutants. And then finally, our rock frog, or Xanthoparmelia cumberlandia, which is collected from rocks. And this is your last resort lichen. I would only collect it if there are no trees on your site and you have no other choice, but it does give you a way to track sulfur and nitrogen. And you may choose to wash this lichen, and people often ask about, should I wash my lichens or not? And generally I would say no, because if they're hanging in the trees, they're getting washed by the rain already. And also, if you do wash them, you probably will not be able to wash them completely. There'll be some amount left over on the lichens, which you cannot quantify. So generally I don't wash them, and except for Xanthoparmelia, which can be quite dirty, but it's up to you. Just be consistent whatever you do. And again, I would just go for sulfur and nitrogen analysis with that lichen because it does trap so much soil in between the lobes. Okay.